Hey, what's up, YouTube? This Coach Turk back from Dog Pound Media. All right, we just got through working a leg day to day, so I figured I would take this time uh, and let's talk about why I started the channel. At one point, I was 500 pounds. Okay, that's not who I am, and it took me. I was suffering from signs of congestive heart failure. Meaning I had pitted edema in my lower legs. If you look at some of the deadlift videos, if you look at my left ankle in the video, you can see where it's real dark right there. That's where you can start to see the poor circulation there. The pitted edema, I could push down on my skin and make an impression, and it would stay for about 15 minutes. Now I could do that all over my legs. Legs were, really swole. If you look at some of the previous videos, you can see my stomach was literally sitting on top of the table. Okay, so I'm a former combat veteran in special ops, multiple deployments, but depression is a real thing. And I went through the suicidal ideations. The medication mitigates a lot of the some of the symptoms, but not to the point to where it doesn't make it very difficult to for me just to exist in the world. So I let myself go. I remember a time where all I did was I would literally get up and go and use the bathroom. I made sure everything was right around me so I didn't have to move very far at all. I would order pizzas almost on a daily basis. Because I was so reclusive, and at the time when I was working, I only worked at home, stay at home jobs. So I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't getting up and down a lot. I would stay on the couch until I literally waited, and I would literally wait to the last moment to use the restroom. It got so bad to where I didn't want to go anywhere, and I was starting to show signs of agoraphobia. And if you don't know what that is, that's just a fear of leaving your home. I would pay $20 to the pizza delivery guy to go buy my cigarettes for me at the store. And some of them couldn't because of the amount of orders that they had, but most would. As a matter of fact, I started being the preferred house to come to, because not only was I giving them the money, I was giving them $20 just to go to the store for me. And you could keep the change from the cigarettes, which that's $40 minus $9 for the cigarettes. So they're getting $20 to do it, and then basically a $10 or $11 tip along with it. So yeah, all the Domino's guys wanted to come to me. Okay. But I was slowly killing myself. And I don't know if that was an unconscious part of suicidal ideation. But one day I remember I went back to selling cars, and I couldn't walk 25 meters without being out of breath. And I also remember my sons, I have 3 boys, and they really weren't looking me in the eye anymore. And I just was ashamed. And, going back to car sales because I was forced to do something. I lost my job working from home because I wasn't sleeping at night at all. The nightmares and all the other things associated with PTSD was affecting my work. So I got fired from there. So I said, maybe, I just need to go back and be around people again. And that was one of the hardest things I'd ever done. A lot of times I would sit in the corner and not catch ups. One, because I was too out of shape to catch any type of customer on the lot. But if it was a customer out there, they would just be out there. I'm not going to walk out there and get them, because by the time I got to them, I couldn't even breathe. Okay, plus I was in a 5XL. In some clothes, 6XL. The dealership didn't even have a shirt that could fit me. I had to literally go out and buy shirts from Big and Tall to fit me because I was beyond any type of normal sizes as it related to clothes. So I had all of this going on. And one day I looked at myself and I just said, this is not who you are. This can't be the way I'm supposed to live in my 50s. I mean, all through high school and college, I was an athlete with elite strength. But depression is real. So every time I've ever started to try to lose the weight, I would listen to someone with partial information. Oh, if you do this, you don't have to watch what you eat. Oh, if you do that, you can do this. No one really wants to count calories. Like that I mean, I have to count calories. That I'll make a video about counting calories probably today. But you have to count calories. But I was listening to all these so-called experts. But the one thing I noticed, that based on their build and what they had going on, they've never been fat a day in their life. Never been fat a day in their life. So that's why I started the channel, and that's why I also got certified as a coach. Because a lot of times when you hire a personal trainer, and I have, and I know someone is watching this video is going to say the same thing. You may not realize this, but when you look at them and they look so fit, you're not paying them to one day look like them, but that doesn't stop your mind from thinking, what if I could look like that? Right? But you got to understand something. Genetics, and this person has probably never been fat. They do not know what, they don't understand what you go through. And I know, you can say I don't have to be a snake to understand it's dangerous. But listen, if you've never been fat, you really don't understand what it's like being fat. You don't know what it's like to get those midnight cravings. You don't know what it's like to stay up at night because your hormones are completely out of balance and you just watch the sunrise multiple days. You don't know what it's like to be completely embarrassed. Okay? You just don't. So that's what drove me to make this channel, so that I can talk to people and listen, this is not a fitness channel. This is something free. It helps me be held accountable. It helps me remain accountable, but it also helps me put the information out there for people who are morbidly obese. Okay? I'm not talking about someone who just wants to lose a little bit of weight. I'm talking about people who probably has congestive heart failure, probably pushing up some COPD, probably is dealing with diabetes, someone who is at least 100+ pounds overweight. That's who this channel is really for, to kind of give you encouragement, give you some ideas. I want you to see that I can do it. I lost 100 pounds. I have a handful of subscribers, just a little bit more than that in videos. I'm not getting paid to do anything. I'm just telling you, in basically a year, I've lost over 120 pounds. Okay? I can move again. And I can tell you how I did it. And I can let you watch me as I do it. So that's why I started the channel. Go ahead, if you identify with this video, or if you can understand where I'm coming from and why you really get why I started this channel, watch some of the videos. Hit this like button. Hit the like button to the video. Subscribe. Share it to someone, because I am going to put out some very educational information that is accurate and backed up by research results. The one thing I'm going to touch on before I close out the video is that I know that I'm not going to get on a stationary bike and ride 30 minutes. I know I'm not going to do that. I don't care what the situation. I'm not going to do that. And it's not that I can't do it because I'll be winded. No, I just won't do it. I'm not going to do it. There's a study by Harvard where compound lifting, doing compound lifts paired with HIIT cardio. The reason I won't do the 20 minutes, because I'm not sitting on the bike for 20 minutes. I'm just not going to do it. You're not going anywhere. I think it's asinine. I just won't do it. And there's no real, as a matter of fact, HIIT cardio where I will cycle. I choose cycling because I don't believe anyone over 400 pounds should be running on a treadmill, should not be running on pavement, period. It is terrible on your joints. If you weigh 350, 400 pounds, the force that you're putting on those joints are ridiculous. Until you get down around 200 and something pounds, you should not be jogging. I don't care if your trainer told you. I'm telling you, you should not do that at all. It is not good for your joints. Walking, you need to watch how far you walk because that's also not good for your joints. That's if somebody's watching this video and you weigh that and you've been walking, listening to people telling you just get out and walk. I promise you, your knees are swelling up and you're in a lot of pain when you get back. And if that's the case, it's because you're not supposed to be walking no long distance walks on those joints, weighing that kind of weight. Cycling or swimming, different video. Cycling was actually, I do 6 rounds. I started out in the beginning, I could only pedal 20 seconds as fast as I can, and I would rest almost the same amount of time, 20 seconds. And then I do it again. I do it 6 times. Takes about 3 minutes to get through, and at the end you'll be somewhere around 1.1 mile, but you're pedaling. Now I still do 6, but I will pedal for 1 minute and I'll rest 10 seconds, and then I pedal as fast as I can for another minute and I'll rest 10 seconds. And so now I end up being on the bike for 6 minutes, and the afterburn effect really helps. So that was a lot easier for me to do. So that's something that I could incorporate in my lifestyle. Okay. So if you want to know the rest, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to be posting long format videos like this, talking about, giving the what I did. Now, whether you do it, that's on you, but I'm just telling you what worked. And it's research based. I'm not listening to any more commercials. I'm not doing that because I got fed a lot of false information, and it had me up and down like this. My hormones completely out of whack. And I'm not blaming anything because I got myself in this position, in this boat. But when you want to get out of the boat, there should be some really good information out there so that you can fix yourself, and you should be able to trust that information. But that hasn't been the case. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching. Coach Turk at Dog Pound Media. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm out.